everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are going tanking slurry on hire, the first of the tanking of slurry for customers of the year. Actually done quite a bit for ourselves. We've also moved a couple of loads for a few lads just to keep them safe, but this is the first time we're actually going out and we're going to get a couple of loads spread for a lad. So we've been piping non-stop. We're in the 7618. We have the big tanker on. Well, when I say big, it's the premium plus one with our 10.2 meter slurry equipped dribble bar, but we won't be using that just yet. So we're putting some diesel in tractor, and because this tractor was pumping, Father Phil has a nice collection of rubbish. I'm just going to clean it out because the bin is just over beside the dog there. So I'd put all into that, clean her out, put some diesel in, and we get going. Now that's better. So that's what a month of being on the road looks like with the pipes. This is the first time the 7618 has been back in the yard since we left a month ago to start piping. Because the tractors stay where we're working and we just go from job to job to job, only coming back when we're passing by or we actually get back home. Behan now to the customer. Not sure how much, there's not too much to do. There might be 3 or 4 hours work in it, might be 10 or 12 loads, something like that. A good bit of a draw in it. We were there 2 days ago at the pipes and we piped out all the ground around. So it was just smart to go back now. He wants a bit spread on ground away from the farm, or down the road you could say. So tanker job, if it all works out alright and the ground is good enough, should be. But anyways, good bit, hon. Around the back of the sheds there. So now we're going to draw this away, whatever's in it. Not going to be a whole lot. It's a 4-bay shed. Yeah, 4-bay shed. Doesn't take too long to fill a load with that tanker, so it doesn't. No. So now, Liv's favourite words. We're on the road with the second load. Farmer just got in with me the first load, just to show me the bit he wanted done. Just a small part of a field, and that had very little grass on it. We are splashing slurry for this man. He doesn't want it dribbled. Farmer's preference, we do it whatever way they want. We're just going down the road now, and as we go we get further and further down the road. So the loads in between get a bit longer, but no, never. We're down and we're going on to what would usually be considered soft ground, which a little bit nervous on. Now the first field we done would normally be a bit soft, travelled it fine. Next bit again is soft, so, and all we have to do is all relatively soft ground. So I'm hoping it goes okay. Hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood. The tyres on this tractor, they're a bit on the low side, low of tread side. We do have a brand new set of tyres in the yard ready to go on it, but we're not going to put on it till we kind of finish up the piping work and we start field work, because at the minute mostly this tractor's just road running the pump from one farm to the next, so we don't want to be wearing down our new tyres. We might as well get the last out of these, but this theory could work against me now today. Hopefully, touch wood, it doesn't. Hopefully. We'll have to find out. Going on with the third load now. So again, Farmer having me when we're done the next bit, just see how ground was. Ground is actually quite good, surprisingly good, but at the same time you just have to pick the places. You pick your places. There's a few rushes, trying to avoid the rushes. Goes without saying nearly. Anyways, now here to where we're spreading, and I think we'll go straight across and do that upper bit, and we'll come back and finish this bit, just in case this will be a bit even softer. And across that. It's always a bit of a guessing game. Just waiting a bit there now. Right. Springtime life. get a bit out on the good ground, and then we go on to the wetter ground, softer ground. I'll be smart about how it's done, you know, that's all. Nice watery or kind of stuff for spreading. So I'm getting a good old width out of the splash plate there. And good old coverage, so we're tipping around there quite lively now. 7.5 kilometers an hour. Stretch out what's left in the tank across the bit of ground he wants done. Now back out the other side and finish off a little bit. Chancing my arm into the wettest spot now. Tipping on very lively there, just fuel load out to try and cover the ground. I don't think I will chance going down into the rushes there. Just looking at it, the wheel track went down even with a nearly empty load. It went down quite a bit there, so there's a bit round the gap, and we won't be too bad at that now. Just that inner bit with the rushes now just seems it's not going to drive into it. I'm not going to get stuck on the first outbeat. And there's the air. So that worked out reasonably well now. Back to the yard for another load. Alright there. That's this bit done. So now back. Next load, and then we're going on further again on the road. But the tank, I think we're nearly a foot out of it now. The next load will have a foot out, so that's 4 load to the foot. There's about 2 foot in it, so there's another 4 load after that. I thought there was actually more in the tank. I didn't see the tank when we finished with the pipe, because we finished up at 7:30 or 8 o'clock. It was dark anyways when we finished with the pipes here. But get this out. Drive off. Double check lollipop's closed. Don't want to be losing it on the road. There we go. Back to the yard for another load. Oh, there's 4 load out now. Yeah, 4 load out now. And just after doing the wettest bit, or this what is the wettest or softest bit to be done, never left the mark. Ground is exceptionally dry for this time of the year. Just get out here on the road now. Next down the pier. No. So exceptionally dry, like, yeah. We're literally, you'll see now where I spread over this shoulder in about 20 seconds. We will probably cut it. You can see it in there now, and we'll drive another bit. You see where the hedge cutting man that was cutting it there got stuck, and it is basically bog. Like the next bit, you might just see the mud there, and then after that we're in the bog. So it is the softest bit of ground that you're going to be on, kind of a thing, and travelled very well. And I spread now, I didn't spread the very softest, peakiest bits. We kept up on the, you can say, the drier end of it, but still would be soft ground, spread the way to finest. So terror how dry the ground is for this time of the month, or this time of the year even. Yeah, it's pretty mad. For being a pretty wet December and having a good January and so far a good February, ground is quite dry now. It's surprisingly dry. But there is a downside to that, and it's something Father Phil just keeps saying. It's an old, what do you call them, wives' tale, piss stroke, the old people used to talk about, like your red skies and that. A fair month of February curses every other month in the year. That's what he keeps saying at the minute. A fair month of February curses every other month of the year. So that is the belief. If we get a good February, which we are, at this point we can near enough call February a good month, then the rest of the year mightn't be too good. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that one. See what's left to go out of this tank. I think we're down to The last few loads now are actually less in it than what I thought there was going to be in it. So can't complain too much now. Gotta love bog roads. The way the bog just settles under the road and it all goes all over the place. We'll be on and get another load and get the next 2 fields. One field will get done anyways, and then the other field will finish up whatever's in the tank on. But that's it. We'll go back to the yard and we're going to go spread a bit for ourselves. If you're wondering why I'm on the tanker today, Father Phil is away finishing up some of the last of the rolling that has to be done for a customer. Quite a good year at the mill now. Quite a good year. I think it's mostly done in a few years. But I think all that's left when he's this job done is the bit we've left for ourselves that we'll be rolling to feed our bulls, and we've a bit more to sell on a couple of farmers getting it as they need it. So won't work out too bad. We'll probably have a bit over to give the calves as well to stretch out the nuts for them. So not going to work out too bad, but that's what he's at today, rolling, and that's why I'm on the tanker. Tomorrow then we'll be back on the pipes. So, doing away here. Tank getting, you can kind of start to see the kink in the end of the pipe, or kind of where it goes in, hits the floor and starts to go down the shed. So, it's going down nicely. One thing I want to show you is this here, where that's all bent up. Eric done that, bro done that, and none of us can figure out how he managed to kink that up. So badly too, because it is rightly risen. I'll have to get the sledge to it sometime and straighten it out to some extent, but like, we've no idea. What makes it even more baffling is the tyre is wider than the mudguard. So for it to catch that, it had to come like inside the tyre, and there's no mark on the tyre where he done that. We assume he caught it in up here somewhere, but we're completely baffled as to how that happened. But anyways, it's all part of the joys of it. We've all bent things, but it's just something that's baffled us all, is how he managed to do that and not scar the tyre and not hear or know where he done it. Yeah, straighten it down, won't be too bad. We get this load filled up and spread. Different angle. That is the last load out of that tank. She's down on the ground now, so happy days, happy days. So we're going to go spread this, we'll just race across the field as best I can to cover as much ground as I can, and then we're going to go back to the yard, fill up a load out of our own tank, go out the tea, and then we're going to get maybe 3 or 4 load out this evening on our own bit, just to keep tipping away at it, because I actually, once we got the right side of the date, we stopped moving it to tank on an out farm, and we started spreading it, and I started off in the dry ground, and I was putting out a couple of load every other night, and we're actually, for a change, we're probably ahead on our own work in that regard. I have quite a bit of ground covered with the tanker on our own bits, just maybe 2 load this night, skip a couple of nights, have another 3 load the next night. Working out quite well, so it has that way. So we're going to go back and we're going to do another bit and finish up one out farm, or finish up one field that I was in last, and then move on to the next field. But yeah, for a change, we're actually ahead on putting out our own slurry, which is quite bizarre. But then I've had to do it at night, not during daylight hours, but however. On. So we're not going to be able to just stretch it across all this, but we'll do what we can with what we have. And a fun fact, just how dry it is in comparison to other years. The year we got the 99, Father Phil done the job I'm doing right now, and he got stuck out here with the 99 the year we got it. Just to give you an idea of just the kind of normally how soft some of this ground would be, it's 100% now. It is amazing just how it's dried out, but as Father Phil says, we could end up paying for it later on in the year. Anyways, we'll get this slurry out, try and stretch it out across this field. So we're back in the yard now, loading up, and this is the store. And I just wanted to show you it because there's no crust in there. It is a bit on the full side, but is why I'm spreading, keeping her down. But you can see it looks like there's no crust there at all. As you would have seen, just get down off the ladder. You would have seen we took the crust out with the digger, and the last 3 years we've been using the slurry bacteria we got off Nova Q. You remember we done a video with them up in the slide shed up there. Well, we've used this is our 3rd year using it, and last year didn't do anything for the crust in the store, but the crust was like 5 foot thick. It was never going to do anything. But this year there's no crust, and we have it in both tanks, but our slurry is very thick. That is the one thing. Very, very solid, but it is good beef cattle. It's like glue. So the bit of water that is getting in is helping a bit, but we're going to be splashing the slurry we have to put out because it's just too thick for the dribble bar. I'm not going to bother block up my dribble bar trying to put this stuff out. It's just too thick. So we'll splash it out on the big round we're going to be doing. But yeah, that's the bugs for you. And we've used them 3 years, very happy with them. And I just say give them a shout because they look after us well. They come in and punch bacteria in for us. And it seems to be working well. And there's no crust in the store, which is quite nice. Nearly full there. But it's desperate thick stuff. That is the only downside with our slurry at the minute, is desperate thick. Fill this, go on, have the tea, and then we're going to get out maybe 2 or 3 load out just to keep on top of the slurry in the yard. It's dark now anyways. We go spread some slurry in the darkness. We're out here now, pulling it out. And I can just about make out where I was. It's a couple of weeks, it's a week or 2 now since I got putting out slurry last. So here I can just, oh, I'm blocked. Would have to do this, wouldn't I? Unblock it now. And we're going again. Big lump of a stone. So there is a nice bit of grass here, but we won't have cattle here for quite some time yet, so we might have gone off before cattle get this far. If we want to eat up the forage rape and eat up the silage in the pit. It's just been in the back of it for quite some time now. So where am I going? I'm going to follow the lines, and I would dribble it, but our slurry's just too thick to be dribbling. It's just too thick. And there's too much slurry in there to be starting to add water to tin it down to put it out by dribbles, so we just splash it. It's still early in the year, so it's not going to make much of a difference. We get this field covered and then move on to the next field. Once I have this field covered, this covers one block of ground that I've been working on, and then when I start the next one, that's a new block of ground with a nice chunk in it to be done. So hopefully we'll get one load on that for tonight. And that's the end of it. Yeah, happy days. Go with the next load. Hopefully no blockages this time. But anyways, so kind of the plan now for me is for the next 2 weeks try and get more slurry out than I have been. I'm just keeping on top of it really, rather than what we normally do, just keep moving it to a tank on an old farm and then we put out after we cut the silage. To affect this, I just put out. The ground is in good condition. We'll get it out that bit earlier. We'll have more grass later on. Happy days. Plan is now for the next 2 weeks, we're pretty hard at it. Try and get a ring out of the store. If I get a ring out of the store, then we'll backfill a ring or half a ring, whatever we think we're going to need, of water out of the reed bed. Those of you that don't know what a reed bed is, we have a reed bed which takes the water off the gutters of the shed or put into drains, head to the reed bed, along with some of the water off the yard goes that way, and there's generally a good sup of water in it. And the reed bed, what it does is it kind of filters nutrients out of it to grow into the weeds and the grass, and there's sallies growing or trees growing in some of it, and it grows them, cleans the water. That's what the reed bed's for. And there's always water in it, so we'll pump some of that water back into the store. We'll give it a bit of a mix up, and then we'll head down the bottoms with the pipes, and we'll try and get all our bottoms done, get most of the store emptied, and then we'll backfill it with pig slurry, and then we'll go to the big field other side of the canal with the pipes, and we'll pipe that slurry on that hopefully mid-March, and then we'll go for early silage. I'll convincing Father Phil at the minute to go for 3 cuts of silage this year, so we'll see how that goes. I think we'll see how we get on. It's early days yet. So yeah, I want to go out early with our stuff so we can get an early cut off of in early May. That's kind of the plan. So that's kind of the goal. But as much as I'd love to dribble it, it's just too thick. It's just the cattle's dung is like glue, and because we haven't had rain in quite some time, with very little rain, good for travelling on the ground, but there has been a lot of water going in with the slurry, so it is making it extra bit thick. I might get another 2 load out. I think I finished this field, that's what I'll do, and then that leaves me grand. We'll start the next field then tomorrow night or the night half. We'll see how we get on, what all has to be done. But yeah, that's the plan. Get a bow ring out, get some water out and reed bed back into it, loosen it up, tin it out, get it that we can pump it down the bottoms, and get all the bottoms done except for the bridge field, which will be where the cattle will be starting to graze, and that's the field we'll be receiving for multi-species swards, and see how that goes. We'll keep motoring. Be on. Don't know how much you can see. Probably not a lot. But anyways, that's it. That's another 4 load out for a couple of nights, and won't find getting the slurry out and being able to backfill and do all of that. So back to piping now tomorrow. The 7618 we go back and pump back on all of that crack, and I'll put the 6290 that we've done up onto the tanker, and I'll use that then for putting out slurry. We're going to leave it at that for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, don't forget to leave your comments in the description down below, or the comments down below. Some of them are very entertaining, how you can fit so many sows into a thing, and yeah. So Liv loves the word so, but don't forget to leave them in the comments for Liv. We're going to leave it at that. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it for me. Good luck.